everyone for coming on in and joining in on the fun. Always a good time. DJ Manfred Fig signing off. Back to you, Reverend Felicia.
Hello, thank you so much to DJ Manfred Fig. Wonderful tunes as always. Yes. Yeah. So welcome everyone. My name is Reverend Felicia Perez-Zader. My pronouns are she, her, hers, they, them, theirs. And you'll be hearing more from me in a moment, but let's just get right into it, shall we? I'm going to kick it on over to Rene Collins. We're grateful that he is back with us. And so, Rene, over to you.
Thank you. I'm Rene. My pronouns are him and his. Got it. Spotlight. There we go. At the Reverend's request, I'm going to be doing my ancestor song where I call in ancestors. If you feel inclined to put in the chat board ancestor that you would love to be mentioned, just go ahead and I'll do my best to put it in. Well, I would like to take this moment to recognize all the heroes that passed to the other side. And then I call them one by one underneath the moon and sun to bless this night. And I shall call them all by name. And when you hear them, please say, Ashe. Bob Marley, oh, be here today, Ashe. Sam, oh, be here today, Ashe. MLK, oh, be here today, Ashe. Martha, oh, be here today, Ashe. Floyd and Ken, oh, be here today, Ashe. Bear and Rustin, oh, be here today, Ashe. Martha Zappies, oh, be here today, Ashe. Victor Figueroa, oh, be here today, Ashe. Grandpa Walt Perez-Zader, oh, be here today, Ashe. Brian Matula, oh, be here today, Ashe. Oh, 'cause we need your voices more than ever before. yes, we need your voices more than ever before. Well, we need your voices more than ever before. Oh, yes, we need your voices more than ever before. Ashay, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, hey. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. Dooba-dee-ba-da, dee-ba-da, dee-ba-da, hey. Diddle-dee-ba-dooba-dooba-dee-ba-dooba-dee-ba-da-ba-dee-bop-dop. Dabba-dee-bop-dop. A-dee-be-dee, skilly-dop, dee-ba-dee-dop, hey. A-doodle-bop, doodle-bop, dooba-dop, hey. Scooby-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba, whoa. All I hear today, oh, Shay. All I hear today, oh Shay, oh Shay.
Yes, thank you so much. How wonderful is that to begin? Yes, everybody? Thank you. Thank you so much, Renee. We're so glad to have you back. We have such wonderful people that come to bless us musically with sound and with their words and their love. It's a blessing, truly indeed. So my name is Reverend Felicia. This is the Revolution of Love. This is the Sunday night service. We are live on Facebook, so everybody can wave and say hello to your Facebook family. And hello, Facebook. Let's just jump right on in. Even more, I should say even more. And if you have a candle, what's going to happen? I'm going to light it, and you can light yours. So giving thanks for this candle that was presented and given to me by Taylor X. So let's charge this up every service as we light it together. Remembering right now, as if you are lighting a candle, in the spirit, we remember that we are not on a Zoom meeting. We are actually in ceremony, and we are co-creating together. And if you believe in a Godhead, spirit, source, the divine, that is all happening now, my friends. We are co-creating this, all of it together. Okay. And I will pray in the way that I pray, recognizing also that some of you may pray very differently, and that is absolutely okay here. So let us begin. And we will take 3 deep breaths, and we will do this inhaling through the nostrils and then exhaling nice and easy out of the mouth. And so a breath in now, breathing in through the nose. And hold it at the top. And then the exhale. Join in hearts and hands, metaphorically across the country right now, my friends. And we breathe in through the nose. And we hold it. And then a nice exhale out of the mouth. And then this third one, you can make a noise, you can make a sound on the exhale if you'd like. No one's going to hear. And so we breathe in once again a third time through the nostrils. And then a nice exhale out the mouth. And now imagine that we are really, truly, fully arriving. We are showing up into this time and space. And actually, imagine with me for a moment, friends, that you are healed. That you are healed and that you are showing up to this service from a place that is healed and that is whole. No hurt, harm, or danger is here, near you, nearby, or near us. And so we exalt this healing right now. And I say, God, and so it is. And so it is even now, as we join together across the country, imagining us also joining with synagogues and temples and mosques and churches and institutions and organizations, however they believe in you, or maybe even not in you. We join together. We join together in hearts and minds and spirits and souls and bodies, all of it. And we extend out a loving embrace across this planet. Yes, across the planet. Yes. And so in this spirit of healed, we know who we are and we know the gifts that we have. Let this service be a serious blessing, that there is something called forth in each and every person here where they feel so courageous and so brave about it, about not only who they are, but for this purpose that they were born. Amen. That there is a stirring of their souls. Yes. And that something trickles down from the heavens right now upon us, the dew of heaven. Let it descend upon us, Great Spirit, Holy One, one with many names. On the heels of a 20-year anniversary of such a violent act, that being 9/11, we ask for a greater vision once again, and to really be honest and humble and look within our own selves at what must change today. Yes, healed now and forever changing now. We bring it forth, we don't shirk on it, and we stand in bravery and truth. Thank you, Spirit, for being with us. Thank you, God. Thank you for your love, and thank you for the love of these people and this community. Let us move forward again with courage and with bravery and with love. And the people said, and so it is. Amen, Amen, Ashe, Aho. And I will now turn it to Taylor X, who will be offering our very important land acknowledgement and path acknowledgement and some other things that we love. Taylor, please.
Greetings all, this is Taylor X. At this time, we want to take a moment to reflect on the lands on which we reside. We are coming from many places and acknowledge the ancestral homelands and traditional territories of indigenous people who have been here since time immemorial, and to recognize that they are still here, fighting for human rights and lands and their culture. It is important not only to honor the legacy and lives of the original caretakers of this land, but to continue to build our solidarity with Native peoples across the Americas and across the globes. I am in beautiful North Hollywood, California, and I acknowledge and honor the land of the Chumash, the Tongva, the Fernandino, and Tataviam. Please take a moment to acknowledge the indigenous people of the lands where you are located in the chat. Thanks. Also, we'd like to honor the many paths and beliefs represented here. We honor all religions, philosophies, ideologies, belief systems, healing modalities, and spiritual perspectives. We honor the life experience and wisdom you've brought here today. We respect you and welcome you into this brave space. And we emphatically state that disrespect, prejudice, discrimination of any kind has no place here. We empower one another through respect and strength to be true revolutionaries of love and justice. We see you, we hear you, we love you. If you have a path, faith, tradition, belief system, please share that in the chat so we can get to know you better. And I'd like to thank everyone for sharing the means for the service. We are growing with lovely people from across the country and around the globe. Again, feel free to copy the memes and share them at will. Yes. And at Roll, there is one thing we want everyone here and on Facebook to know. I mean, really know this deep down to the marrow in your bones, that you are somebody. You are important. You are a big deal, and you matter. We see you, we hear you, and we love you. Thanks so much. Back to you, Rev.
Thank you so much, Taylor X. We wait for these things, don't we? The land acknowledgement, the path acknowledgement is so important to take that time. It is the least that we could do. And then also, Taylor, your reminders about those memes and then that we matter. So thank you for all of that. So again, if you're just joining, you might just be joining on Facebook. I'm not sure. I don't know if you've just zoomed in with us. I can't really see the number of people here. My name is Reverend Felicia Perez-Zader. My pronouns are she, her, hers, they, them, theirs. And I'm the founder of the Revolution of Love, recognizing that this is only one way that change making is happening. And this is the way that we've been doing it here at Roll since 2012. And some of you have been around since its inception. And so we give thanks for you, you originals, the OGs. And Renee actually has been around Roll for quite a while himself. So it's always wonderful to have him back. So, and if you're new, then enjoy the ride. Let's talk about it. We are a multi-path ministry. I just said multi-path. I did not say we're an interfaith or an intrafaith or interreligious ministry. No, because the thing is here is that if you notice in the chat, actually, we have folks truly from all different backgrounds. Some people are religious, some people are not religious and more spiritual, some are humanist or pagan or atheist or agnostic. And we've seen quite a bit of different folks coming through the doors of Roll. So you are so welcome here. We are so grateful for you, and we welcome your path and your wisdom. Also, we are a brave space, and really more than anything, we encourage safety. So we do say we're a safe space. It's hard to achieve that in this day and age, but we do our best. And so with that, we welcome all of your identities. So your gender, or if you're non-binary, your age, your size, your ability, your sexual orientation, your class, your status, your racial identity. So it's welcome here. All of it, all of you, all the parts of you are welcome here, and we give thanks for it. And we're not doing anybody any favors. That's not it at all. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it must be. There is a caveat. When we say we welcome everybody, in a way, there is a thing here. And what is that? Would someone like to come off mute and say what that caveat is, please? Just come off mute and tell everybody. I say it every time, every service. Come on, you know what it is. Yes, Manny.
If you practice hate, you're not welcome here.
Thank you, Manny, and that very interesting accent. Yes, really kidding aside, if you're committed and married and invested in systems and structures that continue to oppress and harm others, then you just want to keep it moving. Nobody's exempt here and no one's perfect here. We say that we're continuing to heal and we're continuing to learn and educate and grow. So that's the commitment that we're about. Yes, because we don't have any time to waste. We don't have any time to lose. So if you're interested and committed and married to hate and the structures that continue to perpetrate and perpetuate violence, then there you go. There's the door. And I'm glad we're clear on it. Good. So, and it's like, well, that's not a revolution of love. Actually, it is. Actually, it is. Because an exalted love, see, I'm already going for it now. We got to keep it moving. I will say an exalted love, and y'all are egging me on. I can see you in the Zoom boxes. You can't do that. Is about certain boundaries. An exalted love means having those boundaries and knowing what we say no to and what we are saying yes to. Okay, you got to stop it. I can see you with your arms going. Okay. So we continue to stand with Black Lives Matter, the movement for racial equity and racial justice. And so we are forever seeking to dismantle white supremacy and white supremacy culture. And we can do that at this service. These services are designed, again, to continue to learn and educate and heal. So make no mistake, this is one way that we can continue, dismantling this toxicity that is white dominant culture, that is white supremacy culture. So yes, we do stand with this movement for racial equity and racial justice. And Manny will be telling you about the ways that you can get involved and really take action and engage. And that's a little bit later. Let us have our Revolution of Love blessing. And I would like to ask someone to volunteer to lead that. It's 3 times. We see you, we hear you, we love you, and everybody comes off mute. So who would like to lead us in that tonight? Doom, 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 doom. Oh,
Okay, I know.
I see Ella's.
Oh.
I think I see Ella's hand up.
I would like to read it, please.
Okay.
We see you.
We hear you.
We love you.
Yes.
We see you.
We see you.
Hear you.
We
Love you.
Love you.
We love you.
We see you, we
Yeah.
hear you, we love you.
Yeah.
Much, Ella. Thank you. And I know a couple other people wanted to lead. And so, hey, we're going to be back next week and then the week after that. So just, hold on to your shorts and you can lead next time. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, great. So have a great time tonight. Let's get a little agitated because we know that when we're a little bit uncomfortable, that really exciting things happen and we can grow all the more. And also to definitely get your nourishment, get your soul food, your spiritual food in as well. I think we're going to shift to our mission and vision statement, and Trevor is going to be reading that for us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Trevor in Portland, Oregon. My pronouns are he, him, they, them. And now I will read the mission statement. An inclusive, diverse global ministry and movement which emphasizes the intersection of inner work and outer work in the world for the purposes of healing and revolutionary change. Vision statement. The Revolution of Love is a global ministry and movement of spiritual renewal and outreach dedicated to healing, transformation, and action. It is a brave space, a place of inclusivity and diversity, where we celebrate our similarities and our differences. It is a vehicle for change, inspiring and motivating us to change ourselves and the world we live in. We embrace people where they are at religiously, spiritually, and welcome those who may be agnostic or atheists. At the Revolution of Love, we commit to our highest good. We transform through a heart and mind opening experience, and we claim our divine responsibility and honor to be change agents in the world. We do not enable, co-sign, or align with any system, structure, or policy of hatred, oppression, or violence. We create positive peace. We practice transformative justice. We bring equalized compassion and radical love, and we believe in God with all its names. We are the visionaries and the dreamers, architects of peace, strategist creating a new world of what ought to be today. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, who you love, we welcome you, we love you. The time is now. This is the revolution.
And Trevor, what time is it?
Now,
Yes, it is now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Trevor. And now we will go to those hot off the press announcements. Manny Figueroa.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Excellent. My name is Manny Figueroa. I am a services and support minister here at the Revolution of Love. My pronouns are he, him, his. And I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. My word of blessing to you today is connections. May we strive to create new connections with people who are outside of our comfort zones and continue to maintain the ones that we've built all this time, because those bonds are really what make us. All right, so we've got some announcements. I don't know what that accent was earlier, but yeah, it just came out. So here are fabulous new September announcements. Please visit our Linktree for a one-stop shop to be informed of all the latest happenings here at the Revolution of Love. You can sign up for Reverend Felicia's midweek boost and service invitation, connect with the Roll Facebook group, and learn of ways that you can be of service and get into action. Speaking of, and by the way, the links will be available to you as always. Remember, the Revolution of Love is a ministry, and yes, it is a movement. I've seen it. This is what's happening. At our last Roll community meeting, we officially launched Roll the Movement. As Gabriella Roscoe wrote in our Facebook group, during this month of September, we specifically challenge everyone to focus on place-based justice or local efforts. Another way to think about it is what love in action can look like in your own neighborhood and community. Use and continue developing your own unique gifts and talents. Pick one issue for justice that tugs at your heart. Connect with one local organization addressing that issue. Find an authentic and meaningful way to engage. A few examples, writing, phone calling, like the phones apps, participating in local actions, artistic contributions, childcare, cooking, protests. There's many ways. Again, here at the Revolution of Love, we are visionary about what change looks like. Between services, we ignite, educate, and engage ourselves that we bend the arc towards justice and abolition. So let's do it. To deepen Roll the Movement, the next Roll community meeting is September 22nd. So if you want to learn more, join us. Mark your calendars. We will see you next Wednesday, September 22nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time, the same link that we're on now. And don't forget, as Rev had mentioned earlier and spoke to, we continue to support blacklivesmatter.com and implore that you find a chapter near your city. White identified folks also look up a local chapter of Surge showing up for racial justice at the .org site. Surge always has events and calls to action. Go to their website to learn and register. Also, be on the lookout for the work of CLU, Clergy and Lady United for Economic Justice at clujustice.org, if you haven't heard of them, and get to know the work of our partner About My Father's Business by going to their website, amfb.org. Roll is continuing to work with organizations mobilizing for justice and sustainability. And last, thank you for being here tonight. It's a very important thing to be present. Thank you for showing up. Enjoy the rest of this evening. Take good care, and we'll see you next week. Be blessed, and I believe I am passing it to Lola.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lola Shadadi. I am in Los Angeles, California, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. And I wanted to invite you to invite your friends to come to service. And your friends, your family, strangers on the street. That's what I do. I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm ambitious. And I would also like to invite you to make a donation to the Revolution of Love. The Linktree will be provided. And that is so that we can continue the work that we've been doing with About My Father's Business, helping feed the unhoused or the food insufficient, and many other things that if we had the money, we could start to plan and keep you apprised of at all times. So please give as you are able. And if you're not, we thank you anyway. Tell us what your gifts are and what you think you might like to do in the Revolution of Love. And we will find there's a place for everyone at the table. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Manny, for the announcements. And thank you, Lola, for that important announcement. I see Ella there too. And I just want to also center right now and lift up. Thank you so much for your ongoing donations. Some of you are donating monthly, and we recognize that. We appreciate it. We give thanks for it very much. So we do have reciprocity coming in. I want to lift that up because we do. I mean, there are, look, our costs are covered for Zoom and for MailChimp and the website that is still being created. And I've seen it. I've seen some of it already. It's going to be bomb. It's great. So thank you for that, so that we may stay sustainable and continue to serve. And we're just going to keep growing this out. That I know. We're going to claim it right now. Wonderful. Now, we have Taylor X. We have Taylor X offering poetry once again, because last week he offered us a poem, and he had thought maybe a second one, and then I said, hold one sec, and we're going to just expand that out. So Taylor, please let us hear you again this evening, and everybody please be present. Taylor.
Hi, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rev. This is a spoken word piece called Help Me Understand. My understanding is that the term rebel refers to one who goes against the status quo, a person or persons who want a particular hierarchy to disband or change. One who rebels, he or she is seeking to change the current state of affairs. Now, maybe you can help me figure this out. By that rationale, the definition of a rebel would be one who seeks change, not one who wishes things to stay the same. Those who wish things to stay the same or would want others to conform to the current status quo are conformists because they do not seek change at all. So to look at the Civil War in the Southern states gave themselves the romantic distinction of being rebels. And even yet, rebels with the noble cause. But the fact of the matter is, these people were not rebels at all. They were, by definition and correct use of the word, conformists. Why? Because they did not want to change the state of South and slavery. They wanted the South and slavery to continue as usual, i.e., stay the same. Stay the same equals maintain, equals conform, negates rebel. Just because I do not like the current government does not make me a rebel. And just because I drive on the freeway does not make me a highway patrolman. And just because I ran to the fridge to get me a beer while there was a commercial during the televised bi-monthly special of the Two Spoons, Arkansas springtime slamorama car bashing and monster truck extravaganza doesn't make me a marathon runner. Now, by this rationale, I fail to recognize the correlation between the South and a rebel. I'm asking, maybe you can help me understand. Thank you, Rev.
And thank you, Taylor X. Everybody show some love, get some, I see already some responses, Taylor X, to what you just spoke to us in the chat. So feel free, everybody, and write what your responses are to this question that Taylor X posed to us. Thank you once again. Yes. So now let us take a moment, as we just received, And by the way, my word tonight is reciprocity. So it's important to take these noteworthy, notable pauses between each aspect of our service. So we pause. And now we what? We shift? Okay. And some of you are really doing it. Now we are going to shift because we're going to hear from Renee, and I'm going to tell you some more about Renee. Renee Collins has been a proud participant of the Revolution of Love for the last 4 years. I think it might even be more now. His music infuses African spirituality with reggae, jazz, folk, and a hint of hip hop for taste. He blends together a sound as contemporary as it is timeless. His music gives us more than something to fill the silence. He imparts to us words of wisdom and light, and in a perfect marriage of insight and love. Renee has released 2 solo albums. One is the Aphromystic and the other is Love and Revolution. He is also an author of 2 publications, Way of Magical Intelligence and his most recent book, Magickal Qigong, Awakening the Dragon. He teaches Qigong online and also teaches music to children. And news flash, this just happened recently, I believe. Renee is the new artistic director of Bay Area Christmas Revels. Is that correct, Renee? I want to make sure I got that right. Is Renee there? Renee.
Yes, you did. Thank you. I never know when to unmute.
No, okay, well, take it away. Everybody, welcome Renee once again to Roll Sunday Night.
Thank you. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Revolution Roll families. Always a pleasure to be back here. So it's funny, the intuition had stuck a song in my head. This is not an original, but I think that you might well, you'll see. In the morning you arise, when you open your eyes, what do you see? Do you see the same things every day? Do you think it's a time to start the day? Getting things in proportion, spread the news and help the world go round. Have you heard about the word we've all been saying? It's a word that tells us what did going wrong. Well, the time is near, and the words you'll hear when you put things in perspective, spread the news and help to make the world go round. There's a time, and the time is right, and it's right for me. It's right for me, and the time is now. There's a word, and the word is love, and it's right for me. It's right for me, and the word is love. Have you heard of a time to get us all together, my friends? Have you heard the word to keep us from going wrong? Well, the time is near, and the words you'll hear when you get things in perspective, spread the news and help to make the word go round. There's a time, and the time is right, and it's right for me. It's right for me, and the time is now. There's a word, and the word is love, and it's right for me. It's right for me, and the word is love. There's a time, and the time is right, and it's right for me. it's right for me, and the word is love. There's a word, and the word is love, and it's right for me. It's right for me, and the word is love. It's right for me, and the word is love. It's right for me, and the word is love. It's an old yes to, and I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
I did. I'm sure everybody would agree with me on that. And Renee, is there a way that you can just give a little more, a taste of that last part there? Would you do it?
And it's right for me. It's right for me. And the time is now. There's a word, and the word is love, and it's right for me. It's right for me, and the word is love. It's right for me, and the word is love. It's right for me, and the word is love.
Yes.
Is that all right?
Yes, yes.
When you said, when it's time now, it's like, this is the song.
There it is. There it is. Okay. Thank you so very much. We are already so blessed. We are so blessed. Let us come back to center. As I was preparing today, some hours ago, looking over some notes for the message for you all tonight, I kept on thinking, this is home. This is home. But make sure you say to them, welcome home. Welcome back. Welcome home. We pray. I pray in this moment that there is a part of you that even though we are not in the live space, in a certain room, in a certain setting, all in one place, that when we do these services on Sunday night, we come back home. And that there is this welcome back feeling. Yes. And I pray that this is an encouragement to you, that there is something in you where your soul enlivens and your heart opens in a way that maybe it doesn't always get to. We've spent some weeks talking about distractions, the things that distract us in society and culture, the wounds that we have experienced. And from there, we went into disconnections, talking about the things that disconnect us in society and culture, the life experiences, the wounds. And last time I said something very serious, I said it emphatically to you. And I said, please don't mistake this for some kind of whimsical or diluted practice or exercise. I said, please check in, tune in to your heart. Do you remember this? It was just a week ago. It seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? I said, please let us all tune in. Tune in to your heart. You might recall that I mentioned that sometimes it's as though our hearts have been put up in a castle behind many doors, and that there's a moat around that castle and crocodiles. Some of you, that might be how intense the heart experience is. And again, the reason being that there's these distractions and these disconnections and the ways that society dictates and imposes, and the violence. Remember, I mentioned the violence. I am not sure if I was absolutely clear as to why I have taken time to highlight these distractions, these disconnections, and then to implore all of us to tune in to our hearts. And so I'm going to make it really clear right now that we did a hard stop in the middle of the vision statement, because we've been going line by line by line in this vision statement and breaking it down and chewing it and looking at it. And right when we left off at we create positive peace, we practice transformative justice, we bring equalized compassion and radical love, and we believe in God with all its names, we stopped. I stopped us there. Because the next line, my friends, the next line of this vision statement is very bold. And it means commitment. And it takes bravery. And that line is this: we are the visionaries and the dreamers, the architects of peace, strategists creating a new world of what ought to be today. That is a very bold claim. And Manny, we'll just wait for a moment. Thank you. I love how Manny is just on it. So it is a very bold claim. And I wanted to be, I wanted us to take a certain hard look at ourselves and see what parts of me do not see this vision statement or do not see how we can create it. But more than anything, the word tonight, you want to know what the word tonight is? Do not believe it. What parts of me do not believe in a vision statement as bold as this? Because we have to be unequivocally very clear. We say at the end, the time is now. We say at the top, we say that we are dedicated to healing, transformation, and action. We say that we embrace people where they're at, religiously, spiritually, and we're welcoming those who may be agnostic or atheist. We say it's a brave space. We say that this is a place of inclusivity and diversity. There's a lot that we hear. Trevor read it. Trevor often reads it. Lola's often read it. Different people here often read this, and we sit there and we listen. Do we believe this? Do we believe in it? What parts of ourselves are getting distracted, whether it's by the stimuli and all of the media, and I'm talking about toxic media and toxic news, not the stuff that advances us, not the stuff that raises our awareness, or the social constructs that dictate that we are maybe not enough, or when we get a certain amount of money, that then we're going to be okay. And I'm not talking about sustainability. I'm talking about status in that contorted, distorted way. All of these things that society tries to shift us and move us in a way that is not advantageous and that actually causes us to not vision, to not create, and ultimately not believe in a vision statement such as this at Revolution of Love. Think about it. What are those distractions? Remember I said, what distracts you? And see, the society, that's almost like the first layer. That's almost like the first layer, because then there's culture, there's the violence. Yes, there's the white supremacy culture. I know I say this a lot, but this is so important to be very clear on. And so there's all of these things that are pulling and distracting and vying for our attention and hurting us and hurting you. And depending on your social location, depending on your identities, you're maybe getting directly impacted by this. And then there's another layer around this distractions. And I said, where would we be if we did not lift up childhood wounding? Ha! Yes, that's always fun to talk about, isn't it? Some call it FOO, family of origin, FOO. And so certainly, again, depending on your identities, your social location, as is sometimes called, your FOO, your wounding may look differently, but here's the deal, we all have it. And as Brene Brown said about shame in her talk, Power of Vulnerability, she said, oftentimes the less you think you have, the more you have. And so the same goes, I would say, for not solely shame, but childhood wounding. Because I've never met anybody, I've been working with people for 20 years. We've all had our experiences, all of us. And so what are the ways that you have been distracted? But now let's get really into it. The next thing I said, it was like, that was almost a cursor. It was still too cursory. I said, let's get into disconnections. And so all of those things that I just mentioned, my friends, from society and culture and wounding from child, all of these things, how that actually disconnects us. So one could say that it distracts us, but I think the heavier thing is that it disconnects us. And I had a list of symptoms around the anxieties and the depression and the grief and the trauma, the PTSD, or maybe it's current, you can even say it's post, it's current trauma. Hold on, I just flew off somewhere. And so I had this this list. Wow, I just really kind of lost it. I'll come back, don't worry. But these disconnections, hold on, I have to tune in because I don't know where it was going to go. Or I did, and I thought I did, but something must be going on. Yes. This is very heavy duty stuff here. The disconnections cause us to get so afraid. I mean, this is why the story, bringing in the biblical story in the book of Genesis, when they become ashamed at their nakedness, this is why I think it still resonates. Whatever you believe, if you believe in the Christian Bible and this story, just going with it for a moment, the level of shame and the level of fear that no longer causes us to embrace, but in fact continues to disconnect us. And there's no, I want to say there is no time left. We cannot afford to continue to be disconnected. So what do we do? Okay, we do our healing work. And most of you right here, right now, you've been doing healing work. You know about probably inner child work. And I've certainly thrown out tools over the years about being with the inner child and cultivating that and hearing that. And that is all true, and that is all good. And then you hear what else? You hear about take a spiritual practice. That will connect you. That will bring you home. That will bring you into a centeredness and a groundedness. What else have I said? I've also talked about educating yourself, amplifying your awareness and your consciousness. That will certainly bring you back into connection and away from all of this disconnect. I want to go right to the core again. Like last time, I felt like what is true and getting to the core is sometimes so simplistic in sound and in word, and it is what is absolutely necessary. And so that is why I said the last time, tune into your heart. And to hear this right now without any judgment of, oh my gosh, tune into your heart. But instead, I am going to tune in to my heart right now, not solely for my benefit and my self-aggrandizement, but recognizing that when I do, when I see what is there, when I feel, when I take the time to notice, that I build resilience, that I come home, that I come back into greater connection. Please feel this. That I come back into a place where I feel safe. That I come back into maybe a new place where I feel brave and I am ready to engage. I am ready to vision. I am ready to create. And yes, I'm ready to believe. I am ready to believe in a vision statement such as this, where we say, we practice a positive peace. We practice transformative justice, that we are dedicated to transformation and action and a radical love, a revolution of love. It was Father Tom Bonacci that came to seminary, and he said so poignantly, ministry is fully giving and fully receiving, and it scared the you-know-what out of me. I remember thinking, the giving, okay, the receiving, to me, that translates into every part of this life. It's not just ministry. This life, and stay with me on this, this is absolutely connected, when really lived from a place of teferet, which is the Hebrew word, truth, from a place of, could also say the soul, when really lived. This, my friends, there's a lot coming through tonight. This is what it is going to take to create a revolution of love. This reciprocity. And so tonight, connection comes through reciprocity. And I want to give us an experience before this night, before this service is out, before we move into the prayer, I want us to come into connection through an experience of reciprocity with one another. And for some of you, that might be a little like, oh no, I don't know. But I did use the word brave already, didn't I? And don't worry, I'm not going to make anyone do anything that they don't want to do. As Father Tom said, it's about giving and receiving. And we live in a world where there is very little real, high heart, exalted connection. My gosh, we're doing the best we can. Bless our hearts. We're doing the best we can even on this Sunday night service, aren't we? You know, we're throwing down at these services. I can see some of you nodding. You know, here we are. We're connecting as best as we can with what we've got. But I would love for us to, I'm going to push out a little bit more around the reasons why connection is hard and why reciprocity, furthermore, is difficult and challenging. And then we'll go into this experiential sort of, not an exercise, almost like a ritual. So Manny, I guess we don't need the slides. We don't need them. I can post them in the Facebook group. We'll just keep on going experientially right now. So again, to make sure we are absolutely clear, this vision statement, the reason why we took this hard stop at this certain line after we create positive peace, we practice transformative justice, we bring equalized compassion and radical love, and we believe in God with all its names, is because what's coming is quite bold. Saying that we are the visionaries and the dreamers, and we are architects of peace, and we're strategists creating a new world of what ought to be today. And so this is a moment for us. This is a moment for us to look at these distractions that were already named and at these disconnections that were already named, and to really look to see what do I believe? And maybe the question is, am I all in? Yeah, I think that's it. Am I all in? And so I think a lot of you would just say, yes, I absolutely am. I'm all in. Okay, great. Because that is going to mean coming forward a little bit more. And that's going to mean making sure that heart, maybe that hides a little bit sometimes, because the world is a scary place. And you all have had experiences and are having experiences probably right now of struggle and fear and anxieties and depressions and freaking fatigue, because it's exhausting right now. It's going to mean just taking and maybe moving forward a little bit together. Being maybe a holy brave. Just a little bit. One more thing before the exercise. We say we want these things, right? We want justice, we want love, we want peace. We also say that we want to be visible and that we want to be seen and that we want to be heard. And we say we see you, we hear you, we love you. But I want you to honestly look at something right now. A lot of questions tonight, I know. When that comes your way, do you readily receive it? Do you? Because it's been my experience that people have a very hard time receiving. And this is why I told you the story about Father Tom. This is why I talk about the reciprocity. Okay. So there's no judgment with that. There's no judgment if you say it does kind of scare me a little bit. Like when really amazing, good food is coming my way, so maybe spiritually, or a person you meet is really seeing you and loving you, right? Do you and are you able to receive it? Because when we do, when we are in this reciprocity flow, that kind of connection, my friends, that creates an uplift that brings transformation in itself. And from there, what are the words I'm saying? Vision, creation, believing. Vision, creation, believing. And really, first off, believing. So it's all so intersected. It's all so entangled. Yes. So let's do something right. I'm going to invite us to, at our own comfortability level, to say our names and then say a word. You're going to be giving, okay? You're going to give a word of blessing to all of us. And then we are going to hear this word and we're going to receive it. We're going to receive. And we're going to bask in a reciprocity flow. And I want us all to be really wholly brave and very present for this experience. So I'll model this. I will model this, and I would like us all to go around and do this. So remember, it's just when you say your name, you know why we do this? Because you are bringing yourself further into the space and connecting. And then you're offering a word that you would like all of us to have. Don't think too hard about it. You are giving, and then we are going to receive this. And since we'll all be on mute, if folks would like to say from your place of residence, we see you, we hear you, we love you, that might be quite nice. So we'll all offer you that blessing. We'll just loop this. So I'm going to start. So I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say Reverend, I'm going to say Felicia. My name is Felicia Parazader. I'll say my full name. And my word of blessing is, it's got to be love. That's my word of blessing. And so with that pause, I would like to have, I think Manny's going to come off and say something. Yes, say his name.
We see you, we hear you, we love you. Thank you. My name is Manny Figueroa, and my word is bravery.
Just jump in. Anyone come off of mute?
My name is Taylor X. We see you, we hear you, we love you. And my word of blessing is humor.
My name is Renee. We see you, we hear you, we love you. My word is for you is now.
My name is Lola.
My name,
Oh, sorry. We see you, we hear you, we love you. And my word is peace.
my name is Judy, and we see you, we hear you, we love you, and my word is nourishment.
I'm Evie Sladzina. We see you, we hear you, we love you, and my word is openness.
My name is Robert Gross. We see you, we hear you, we love you, and my word is resolve.
My name is Trevor. We see you, we hear you, we love you. My word of blessing is harmony.
My name is Leslie. We see you, we hear you, we love you. My word of blessing is be.
My name is Margaret. We see you, we hear you, we love you. And my word is honesty.
My name is David Weiss. We see you, we hear you, we love you. And my word of blessing today is brokenness.
My name is Jacqueline. We see you, we hear you, we love you. And my word is grace.
Is there someone else there, Jacqueline?
No.
Okay. And I think, did everybody have a chance to go? I think so. I'll just make sure. So that is the practice. That is the practice. And thinking of ways to continue to amplify what it means to give in a way that is healthy for you, that is sustainable for you, and also equally to receive. This reciprocity flow, my friends, this creates what I have often called and termed a spiritual intimacy. And it is in spiritual intimacy that we come home. We come home to God. We come home to the divine. We come home to each other, to one another. We come home to ourselves. Oh, and it is here where we truly remember who we are and who everybody is to us. This is connection. And no hurt, harm, or danger is here, right here in this moment, right now. Let us live, Holy One. Let us live from this amplified place of connection. Let it spring us forth that we are sustainable, that we are loving and lovable, that we are courageous and brave, that we are joyous and thriving. My prayer for each and every one of you, my prayer for each and every one of you is that you come into a greater expansion, a greater awareness. That's it. A greater awareness of connection, of reciprocity, and that we all can be brave in this experience. Forever remembering that when we are, distractions and disconnections, they fall by the wayside. And from that place, my friends, from that place, we do believe. We believe. We believe that we are, talk about it, visionaries and dreamers, architects of peace, strategists creating the world, a new world of what ought to be today. And it's not about us. It's the belief that we are going to do this, that we can do this, that we must do this. God, descend upon us now, your Holy Spirit, your holy love, your holy joy. Allow us to move with you. Allow us to groove with you. Allow us to be vessels forever, seeking you. I mean, the folks here come back into that greater expansion of their connection and their knowingness. This is your Sunday blessing, my friends. Please be good to yourselves and be good to one another. We see you, we hear you, and we love you. Blessed be. And we will now move into the prayer time, although this was really just one big prayer. This really was. And I thank you for how you all showed up for one another. And so I will begin a prayer, and please do put the prayer requests in the chat. Holy One, we are grateful for another day, another time, another way of being. Yes, another way of being. And I ask for special prayers of support and nourishment upon these wonderful, precious beings. May they know their worth. May they know their value. May they feel love beating inside them. May their hearts be free. May they continue to take care of themselves. May they continue to love themselves. May they be ignited into change. May they have agitation moments that create clarity around this time and space that we have incarnated into. And so as we continue in through this evening, blankets and protection and safety for each and every person on the Zoom, on the Facebook. May they be safe. May they be healed. May they be whole. May they be loved. And I will turn my attention to the chat. For Shannon, a former student, this is on behalf of David and Margaret. Shannon, a student of mine, let's see. Oh, this must be David. She and her husband, Jeremy, are Lutheran pastors in the Seattle area. Oh goodness, today while vacationing in Colorado, Jeremy died in a tragic hiking accident. So prayers for everybody, please lift this family up. Prayers for their families and their churches. And we will send absolute protection and continued blessing, and let us make a commitment that we will think about this family, Shannon, and all of those friends, as well as David and Margaret. Will continue to think of you and send you love all through the week right now. Absolutely. Precious life. It is a precious life. And so on behalf of Robert Gross, a prayer request for support from my family, and that we continue to rebound from a difficult experience this week. And so, yes, we absolutely do lift you up, Rob. And in that lifting, we ask also for an encircling of love, also a way of grounding, and knowing that things, trusting that things are unfolding as they are supposed to, even in the midst of so much trauma and crisis. And so we also commit, everybody commit to continuing to lift up Rob, absolutely, and his family. This is our commitment, yes. And then on behalf of Lola, Lynn, and Ella, Lola has set a quit date for the butts, the cigarettes. I can say that because I used to do it. Cigarettes for the 15th. So praying for anyone in my path and protect me from ending up incarcerated. Okay, and so we will lift up Lola And we're going to encircle Lola in an absolute peace and grace, and know that everything is transpiring according to the divine's will. And yes, you will be protected. Yes, we will be supporting you, and we are committing also to you to lift those prayers up. And on behalf of Manny, continued prayers for Afghanistan and the injustice there. Absolutely. Let us commit to this as well and lift up this prayer for ongoing healing and the ways that we can bring a positive peace. And then also for Manny's mother, for continued healing from her illness. So yes, we do commit, Manny, to that healing for your mom. And we just see anything just moving through the body temple. And may she ask for help when she needs. May she ask for help when she needs. And also you too, Manny, we lift you up, and your sister. Absolutely. And for Camille, this is on behalf of Lola and Lynn and Ella. For Camille, who's been hospitalized out of state, and also her wife, Jane, who is with her. And so we continue these prayers for them as well, knowing that there has been a reoccurrence of an experience, we will say, of cancer. And so again, committing to lift them up in our hearts and in our mind's eye and in our prayers as we can throughout this week. Absolutely. And then also for Shara, who is also dealing with and experiencing the struggle that is cancer. And so we will lift up Shara as well right now, please, everybody. Yes. And the families and the friends of all of these three people that were just named, including you, Lola. And then on behalf of Evie, for her newborn, for the newborn, concerns about his body stiffness. And so again, we just ask for an uplift of peace for this little one, this little baby, and ask for calm. If it's calm for his system, then let it be so. Let it be so, and let nurses and doctors and anyone that is working for his highest good, let they truly be instruments of that healing and that peace. And we commit to lifting him up in prayer as we do you, Evie, as well. And so all of these prayers, my friends, this isn't work, this is love. This is the work of love. And we get to make these prayers. And we get to be in these prayers. And we get to check in. So Holy One, God, thank you for hearing our pleas and our prayers and our love and our requests and the medicine that we are making here tonight. Let us continue to make magic in the ways that are holy, in the ways that are holy to you and of you. And may we be forever changed and forever transformed as we come into a greater connection with you and with ourselves and with one another and this planet. Yes. May we remember this connection, knowing that this becomes a revolution of love right here, right now. And I release this word of prayer, and I say, and the people said, Amen, Amen, Ashe, and Aho. Aho. And so, Renee, whenever you are ready, we would love to hear you again and have you bless us. Thank you.
Well, I woke up sensing from the movement. Spaces have come between us. So I vowed, stretching the extreme. Will the space bring us together? And I do believe that in the spaces we will find what we've all missed between us. And I do believe we'll find our refuge in the world. Every day we're scratching for survival, individual illusions, not admitting what we really need. You and I, we want communion. Yeah, I do believe that in the spaces we will find what we've all missed between us. Yeah, I do believe we'll find our refuge in the world. My tower's struck, I find myself falling in love with you and nothing. When I feel this change, I see change. I see change. Yeah. Yeah, I do believe that in the spaces we'll find what we've all missed between us. Yeah, I do believe we'll find our refuge in the world. Yeah. Says dooba doo 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 dee da, I need my deep down down the scoop up down. Scoop scoop tweet dee scoop up tweet dee do up dooba dum eh. I do my deep that skip it up dee up. I do my deep that doo 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 doo. Dip, 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 dip. Scuba dub and walk down. I don't say scuba dub and walk down. I will wrong. Say scuba dub and way down. Scuba dub and way down. Do up, dip it down. Eh. I scuba deep it down. Do do dee up. I deep a deep down. Do 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 do. Dip, 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 dip. Well, you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. We're gonna get it together. You'll see, you'll see, you'll see. We're gonna break that together. You'll see, you'll see. With the spaces in between, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I love that song. I love
I
that.
know.
You'll
You were
see.
You were teaching at that. This is the song. Also, this is the song that was written because of September 11th at the same time. So.
Oh, wow.
So it's a double
yes.
thing.
It is. It is. Thank you so much, Renee Collins. And thank you to all of you for staying, all of you that stayed till the end. And also remember that experience that we just had, that reciprocity experience and ritual, if you will. I think someone said it was magical. Center that in your hearts and in your minds as you go through this week. And please do take care of yourself. Check in if you need to. We're here. Check in on one another. And we will see you next Sunday. Feel free to come off of mute and say your goodbyes. Thank you, everybody. We love you. We love you. We see you. We hear you. We love you.
Thank you. Thanks, Renee. Amazing as usual.
Great service.
Thank you.
Music, Renee.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks, Rick.
Rev.
Thanks, everybody.
See everybody later.
Nice
See
to
you
see
later. Thanks for a great
Have a
service.
wonderful
Thank you for the
evening.
prayers, everybody.
Thank you, Renee.
Blessed,
Renee.
blessed be.
Blessed be.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, everyone. Take good care. And then the team, you want to meet just for a little smidge on the other line,
Yeah.
yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.